I think everyone needs to have a very simple cake that they could make for a special occasion, and I'm going to show you mine. Okay, this is a Pepita cake, a pumpkin seed cake with some Mexican chocolate in it, but it's got a ringer. It's got a little ancho chili in it, which doesn't really make it spicy. It just makes it really delicious, really kind of interesting. And we got to prepare that ancho chili first. And I'm going to cook it in a simple syrup here, starting off with a cup of sugar in a saucepan with a cup of water. Those are the proportions for a regular simple syrup, 1 to 1. While that is coming to a simmer, I'm going to chop the ancho chili. That's the wrinkled skinned ones here. I need a couple of these. It's a sort of medium spicy chili, but once it's cooked in the syrup, you'll see that spice is really balanced with the sweetness. So cut the tops of them off, open them out like that so that all the seeds fall out of them. Move all of the seeds and the stems apart, and cut the ancho into small pieces. I think about 1/4 of an inch is really nice because this will dot the cake. If you find the ancho chili a little hard to cut up, you could use a pair of scissors to snip this into the 1/4 inch pieces. Okay, I'll swirl the pan to make sure that all of the sugar has evenly dissolved in our simmering simple syrup here, and then scoop the ancho chili into it. Okay, we're gonna let the chili simmer in that simple syrup while we prepare the pan. Start by buttering the base of the pan with room temperature butter, then put in a piece of parchment that's been cut to fit. Butter the parchment and all around the sides of the pan. 1/2 cup of toasted salted pumpkin seeds go in next, and then a couple of tablespoons of sugar gets sprinkled on top as evenly distributed as you can. Now this will create a crust for the top of the cake. And now for the batter. This is about the easiest batter in the world to make, and it's all done in the food processor. We're starting with the remainder of these pumpkin seeds, so that's about 1 1/4 cups. I'm going to put a cup of sugar in there. There we go. Then put the top on the food processor, and then we're going to pulse this mixture until the pumpkin seeds look like sand. The aroma of those pumpkin seeds is super delicious. Into that goes a stick of butter and 3 eggs. Now the eggs should be at room temperature as well as the butter. Then pulse that mixture until everything is combined. And the final ingredients for this part of the batter are 1/3 cup of flour and 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And then, if you want, if you have it, a tablespoon or so of mezcal, or you could use tequila or whatever your favorite spirit is, to tell you the truth. Okay, now, a couple of more pulses and everything has come together, and we're ready to go back to our candied ancho pieces here. Okay, with a slotted spoon, take the simmered ancho pieces out. That little bit of sugar will be a beautiful, nice balance. And now the chocolate. And I'm going to chop it into small pieces. Put the chopped chocolate in with the cake batter, along with the candied ancho. Pulse the food processor a couple of times to combine everything, then pour it into your prepared cake pan. Finally, a little evening up with the spatula. I'm going to put it into a 350-degree oven for 35 to 40 minutes until you can press in the middle and it springs back, or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. The cake's been out of the oven about 10 minutes now. Use a knife to release the sides of the cake from the pan. Put a serving plate on top, then flip it over. There, I heard it drop. So I'm going to put it out onto the countertop now. Ah, beautiful. Okay, you can see that sort of caramely looking top on it. That's what I think is the best part of this. A little tiny dusting of cocoa powder over the top will make a beautiful and contrasting flavor. Now it is time for the test. Still a little bit warm, which is actually the way that I like this cake the best.